with the news in the world of rap and the NFL. Kendrick Lamar has been announced as a Super Bowl performer in New Orleans. Um, and this has set off just insanity between people wanting Lil Wayne to be the headliner, Master P jumping in there, Nicki Minaj going on an insane rant on Twitter. The whole thing about the South is going to be upset. Jay Z, Rock Nation, Drake and Kendrick Lamar in the rap game dividing up Birdman, just tons of stuff. James, I think all these people secretly actually hate each other.
Yeah. Um, I'm just trying to figure out why this is the year why people are coming out the woodwork to be upset about some local rapper. And by local rapper, I don't mean to belittle him because Lil Wayne is an all-time first ballot Hall of Fame rapper. I'm trying to figure out why is this the year where somebody's Super Bowl is in their city and then like they don't get the Super Bowl, which has happened every single time ever. And this is the time people lose their mind. You know how many times Lil Wayne has lost out or quote unquote lost out and not been named and given the nod to be the Super Bowl halftime headliner in New Orleans? Like I'm confused here. They like if I'm pretty sure New Orleans, Miami, and Southern California are the three places in this country that have had the most Super Bowls. They get it on almost like a 6-year rotation.
Right.
So
he could get it one day.
He could get it. He could have gotten it before. Or, in theory, he could have gotten it before. Like I don't recall. Like social media is a newer thing. It's not it's not some invent or some invented thing that's like been around forever and been established and he's been around and the rules have been enforced forever. But in 2013, there was a damn internet. There was a damn Instagram. And Beyonce did that Super Bowl in 2013. I don't recall anybody being upset that Beyonce got a Super Bowl halftime. In fact, people were like it's about damn time. So the idea that, it's Wayne's turn. I'm sorry. Is this turned into Tokyo Joshi Pro? Is this turned into the Russell promotion where it's like, hey, everybody gets a chance with the belt? Is this what's happened? Because I'm confused here. Also, I'm not sure if any of y'all that have been saying this about Lil Wayne, I've been aware of how Lil Wayne has like his mental facilities at this point in time, but that egg is scrambled. He performed a Millie at WrestleMania this year with Jey Uso, and it didn't sound great. You want him to go 20 minutes, a half hour? I'm confused here.
Like, I don't know if we can trust this man to remember the lyrics no more, man.
We know he doesn't remember the lyrics. I've seen him. There's been multiple instances. I remember one where he was in front of some crowd doing almost like a Q&A, like an interview. He was doing an interview, and he went to take questions from the crowd, and a woman was in the crowd and recited his own fucking lyrics to him, and he was like, damn, we might need to sign you. You killed that. It was his fucking lyrics she was reciting to him.
That's crazy.
He can't remember his lyrics to his records, and the ones he does, it don't sound great. And also, we're also at this stage with the Super Bowl halftime show where like we have gotten like a pretty consistent like track record of really good ones year after year after year. The last like I don't know 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. Like I want to know what people expect Lil Wayne to do with the songs that he has that are songs he's going to have to play to visually captivate an audience for 20 minutes in a way that like can match with like what The Weeknd did in his Super Bowl halftime show, or Beyonce has done, like, or what Dre and Snoop and 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar and Mary J. Blige all did. Like, I don't see it going well for him. I don't think he's someone that should have a Super Bowl halftime show, but if he wanted to have one, I'm not going to say he doesn't have the catalog to do it. He absolutely does. My thing is, if, say, similar situation to Usher, he's going to play stuff that you don't like. he's gonna go out there and play Lollipop. You want to hear Lollipop during the Super Bowl halftime show?
No.
Right? Like there's not gonna be anything before Carter 1. There's not gonna be anything on Carter 1, I don't think. Maybe you might get Go DJ. The
possible Lil Wayne set list at the Super Bowl is just like cracks me up because it's like, all right, he's gonna play the block is hot. Like what's he gonna do? Get off the corner?
He's not playing none of that.
Shine.
There's no way he's playing any of that. Bro, the only chance that he plays anything from before Carter 1 would be like bat that ass up if Juvenile comes out. I'm pretty sure the NFL would not like him to bring out Juvenile and Manny Fresh perform bat that ass up. I'm pretty sure they don't want that. So yeah, like.
So I want to talk about
this
Kendrick
was something
Lamar.
that was like he wasn't even a thought to me. Sorry, Rick.
Same. He wasn't. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I didn't even think about Lil Wayne twice. But when they announced Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, it's fucking Kendrick Lamar. Like, he's a better rapper. He's a better song maker. He's a better live performer. We just saw him last year in the pop out, nailing every word. We saw him at the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
We've also seen him do a national championship game halftime show for college football like 5 years ago when Dan was out. Like this reeks of Drake fans upset and feel like, oh, the whole industry or / Rock Nation, it has it in for Drake and like the whole industry. The 20v1 thing is real. They're now they have became
beaten into conspiracy.
They've become conspiracy theorists over a guy that actually got this ass handed to him in a rap battle.
Yeah, I think they come into terms with finding out about that, and then a lot of this just makes me realize that there was one person that won the rap game, and it was Jay-Z. And the whole thing about they're so upset, the Young Money, Cash Money, bro. Like when I just see. And I think about them, and I'm like, Kendrick Lamar is about to do this during Black History Month. Nicki Minaj is talking about this young black man was stolen from, essentially, with Lil Wayne. I'm like, I'm sorry. YMCMB has been the lowest common denominator rap for 15 fucking years. They've never rapped about anything worth a damn or that means anything to people. Like, and you want to come out here and bang the drum, for trying to, like, be like, yeah, man, this black man was wrong, like, nah, man, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I don't want to hear from Nicki Minaj. Drake knows better than to say a word. Even Lil Wayne might not even be aware this entire conversation has happened today, James. Right. He might be somewhere on a spaceship on Bankhead, James.
I mean,
he might be starting to see spaceships. Yes.
So the thing for me is like, Nicki Minaj, like obviously people had the one where it's like, oh, like black, Kendrick Lamar is black. What are you talking about? My thing was like, he said young. Kendrick Lamar is younger than Wayne. What the fuck are we talking about?
And the funniest part is Wayne can't even look. They can't even bring Wayne out because that's a move that would be look like his aggression towards Drake. Can't do that. That's his artist. But if it's me, if I'm Kendrick Lamar, I've got 15 to 20 minutes to fit my entire career plus like the hottest shit on the planet this past year into this set. If you want to show some love to New Orleans, cool. I'm not saying don't do that, right? However, if it don't happen, who gives a fuck? Like, it's not like this is a global broadcast.
They didn't care when Beyonce didn't.
Look, this is a global broadcast. This is bigger than the South, Master P. This is bigger than people just in their randomly being upset at the East Coast and the West Coast and the niggas that's perpetually just aggrieved, even though they've been on the top of the rap game for 20 years. Stop crying. Stop crying.
I'm not going there with you. My whole point is like, okay, how many Atlanta Super Bowls have we had? We have never had an Outkast Super Bowl. So if we're never going to have an Outkast Super Bowl, I don't think we're ever
I don't think.
I never thought for a second we were going to ever have a Wayne Super Bowl halftime show. What are we like? So what are we doing? What are we doing? Did Wayne go diamond? I was unaware of it.
Look, he sold a lot of records, but
no, I'm not saying he didn't. But like, for the Super Bowl audience, for 100 million people to know all your records, you kind of have to have some melodies in the songs, and the Wayne melodies in his songs were awful.
Black Saber
Jr.
Lollipop brings up a great point. I wouldn't want to see no Outkast Super Bowl anyway. This nigga's gonna show up with the flute, thinking we want to hear that shit. Absolutely not.
No, look, Andre has turned down the Super Bowl halftime show before
because he wanted to bring the flute.
There. He's turned it down
because he wanted to bring the flute.
No, this was years ago. Like, he just didn't want to do it.
Look,
he didn't want to do it.
Who else? I ain't giving no Super Bowl to. I ain't giving Lauryn Hill no Super Bowl. She'll show up after the game.
Why would she ever have one? She has one album.
Sold a lot of records.
I mean, she did, but nah, that's.
But nah, man. Like, Jay-Z runs this shit. Rock Nation runs this shit. And niggas gotta deal with it because he won at the end of the day. And then, like, Nicki, the whole thing when she's saying Jay-Z, she was bringing up Kaepernick and then, talking about Jay-Z, basically essentially calling Jay-Z a house Negro. And then I'm like, but you're advocating for Lil Wayne who's being photographed with Donald Trump. What are you doing?
Photographed with Donald Trump, saying that Black Lives Matter sounds dumb to him. There's a lot with Wayne. Like,
I'm not getting upset over Lil Wayne getting robbed like this, like under these circumstances. Like,
no,
sorry, brother.
This is nonsense. It's never been a thing where the rapper from their city get the Super Bowl halftime show. It's never been a thing. And in fact, the only time it's ever been a thing, they had to put Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and 50 Cent along with Snoop and Dr. Dre and Kendrick Lamar for no fucking reason. But they could have did the whole thing themselves.
Kendrick Lamar is going to call that Canadian a pedophile in front of 100 million viewers, and I can't wait.
And that's what people are really upset about. And that's what people are really upset about.
5 months, a bomb is going off, and they're scrambling right now. And potentially an album coming between then and now. If he hits Euphoria in that bitch, it's gonna go crazy. If he hits Not Like Us in there, it's gonna go crazy. Or he can just hit any of the other songs that he ended up getting 17 Grammy nominations throughout his career for. Like, this fucking revisionist history of Kendrick Lamar having no songs, Kendrick Lamar having no accolades, or I don't know, bro. Like, it's a real delusion. Like, it's like, what world were y'all living in? Like, were y'all like watching the equivalent of like Fox News for a decade, just listening to Drake, thinking nothing was going on the other side? And then like you get popped out of that cocoon, and then it's like, hold on, what's happening here? Like,
yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. It is like people did the whole like Drake has made. I think it's a real difference between like the older era of music and like the streaming era of music, where like, or let's say the mixtape / into streaming era of music, where it's like Wayne kind of changed the game where you just flood the market. You always have new shit out like every 2 months, and like that became the norm for people like that are younger to be like, nah, what your artist does is like keep giving you new music over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, as opposed to like not caring necessarily about the quality, but just the quantity, right? Because like for I think Wayne has more good rap songs than anyone that's ever been like a mainstream recording artist. The problem is he also has more bad songs than anyone else because he made so many fucking records that were terrible. I feel like Dying is terrible, right? Like like
ask some hoes.
Man, like was it a lady? What's the shit? Miss Officer, a lady cop. That shit's all like you go back and go through like the shit
bad
that,
songs
that went for Wayne, and then they come out in real time. Me, you were like, these songs don't stink. They were just going because people love Lil Wayne and everything about it. It's like, bro, you can't go back and play Carter 3 straight through.
Bro, I was never a huge Lil Wayne.
You want to get that classic status off the rip. You can't.
Yeah,
you cannot.
I was never a huge Lil Wayne fan. Like I saw him as like I felt like there were dozens of quote unquote punchline rappers that were better than him. So when he blew up, I was just like, oh, y'all let him, he was the one y'all let run with it. All right, I'll study him, whatever. But there's so like we've talked over the years about the weaknesses in his songs, like the discography and all that shit. And remember we were talking about the verses and all that shit. It's like he would never know what to play. He's an oddball. Like he's an oddball.
It's too much material to cover, and that, like I said, like that is not a person to be trusted to curate his own legacy in that way for verses against somebody. Look, he easily lose somebody. That's like some hits.
If we want to do something to honor New Orleans, they should be bringing Manny Fresh out there to DJ with DJ Head or something. You know, the actual architect of the sound of the city.
Well, they don't. That's not what it's about. We know that's not what it's about. We know that's not what it's about, because we never heard anyone claiming for Lil Wayne doing this in the past decade. When, like, what has he added to his legacy in the last decade?
Woo.
C4 came out. C4 came out in 2014, Rich.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 2012, Rich. So you can say,
what Carter is he on? Like the 6th?
No, hold on. You can make the argument that once we start this podcast, his legacy ended before this podcast started. This is the 12th anniversary show.
Let's see. Is he up to the Carter 6 already? Like what is it? Carter 5 has been out. Okay, the Carter 5 came out in 2020. Excuse me, 2018. And
do you remember C4?
I do remember C4, yes.
Did you like it?
No. Like,
okay then.
Like, I was like, all right, this is kind of all over the place. And you know, that's how a lot of his music was. Like, and a lot of it just, you know, it just slid until people just, you know, until he, I don't know. I can't really explain the downfall of Lil Wayne. Except he kept going back to jail a bunch of times.
The downfall of Lil Wayne is he went to jail for the like after like right around the time of No Ceiling, so like 2010-ish or whatever else, and then like he was in jail for 2 years, and then he came out.
Look,
and then like the album was a dud.
The single best piece of work is the first No Ceilings of Lil Wayne, and that's a mixtape. Like that's the best he was ever as a rapper. It was a mixtape.
Rich, the dedications, the prefix, suffix, his best collections of music are all mixtapes. All of them. They're all him rapping on other people's shit. There's no knock against that. They're incredible, but still, it's a Super Bowl halftime show. You can't play mixtape tracks.
Maybe you could do all his features. All right. Oh, I don't know why we're all right. Let's wrap it up on Wayne because
anyway,
because Wayne is like
the main thing. Kendrick Lamar's going to Super Bowl halftime show, and he's going to call in front of like 70,000 people. He's going to call Drake a certified pedophile.
There's never been a more definitive rap victory like in a battle. It used to be T.I. and Lil Flip. It used to be like
this is top. This
is it. Like, especially the Super Bowl. Like, how much more can you run it up on a nigga? It's like, what do you do from there? Look. This is what he does. I thank you, Super Bowl. Album's out. Like, and then drop that shit. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And then everything is already on there. Not like us, Euphoria, Meet the Grant. All of it's on there with all them streams preloaded. That shit's triple platinum already. Like,
that's nasty.
Like, nigga, I'm triple platinum on the rip. Fuck you, niggas. Oh my God. Off of your ass. Man. So,